Hey guys, welcome back. Here's everything I did day 6 of TIFF. Apologies for disappearing for a couple of weeks. I got very ill right after the festival and it completely wrecked my voice box, so I could not speak. And even now my voice isn't completely back to normal, but we're trying our best. Luke and I grabbed coffee bright and early because we had to run over to the TIFF Lightbox to see The Testament of Anne Lee. For me, this was one of my most anticipated films of the festival, so I was so glad that when a Fast Fold showed up for the Q&A and I finally got the courage after 8 years at TIFF to raise my hand and ask a question. What a cool experience.
About the decision to make this a musical and also what the process was of taking these traditional hymns and incorporating them into the songs.
Can you talk about the process of making this?
I usually don't raise my hand during the Q&As, even though I usually do have questions, because I just don't want to waste the director and the cast's time. And sometimes when people ask questions, you can tell they haven't really thought about it in their head and they just kind of go on and on. So if you ask a question at a TIFF Q&A, please try your best to be concise. But this was such an interesting film that I felt compelled to ask a question, especially on the use of hymns in music throughout the film, because this is a musical. It is one of the most inventive, ingenious musicals I've seen recently. And if you have the opportunity, I highly recommend seeing it in 70mm. After the screening, Luke and I made our way over to the Georgia House to try some Georgian cuisine. It was delicious. Highly recommend. After lunch, I ran over to Scotiabank Theater to see the Palme winner from Cannes this year. It was just an accident by the legend Jafar Panahi. When he showed up to my screening, I almost jumped out of my seat. Panahi is such a brave filmmaker. He has been thrown in prison and put under house arrest multiple times by the Iranian government simply for making films. That level of commitment to one's art is something that most directors cannot say for themselves. And It Was Just an Accident is a film that is going to stay with me for a very long time, especially the ending. The last 30 minutes, I felt like I was holding my breath the entire time, which is the perfect way to end a film. Watch out for Panahi to sneak his way into Best Director. I think that is totally possible and he more than deserves it. After that, Luke and I made our way to Hey Lucy's for a quick beverage before heading over to the Lady Gaga concert at Scotiabank Arena. This was literally a dream come true. I have been wanting to see Lady Gaga in concert since I was 9 or 10 years old, so this made childhood me very, very happy. And I am absolutely a biased source, but I think it still holds. This is one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my entire life. What can I say? She's a legend for a reason. The production design was absolutely insane. Look at this flag that she was wearing for paparazzi. No notes for the entire concert. Trying to get merch was a bit like a Hunger Games situation, but Luke and I made it through the line, and that's all we did for day 6 of TIFF. Follow for more.